Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Syuhada binti Badaruzaman and my matrix number is 14DAT34F1104. So I want to talk about the legal issue based on case between Mawas Sdn Bhd and Dania. So the legal issue here is whether Mawas Sdn Bhd as any auditor can be held liable for the negligence and misrepresentation to the Dania, which is a third party investor who will lay on the audited financial statement when deciding the powers and duty of any auditor, which is duty to member. Any auditor may duty as follow under the section 266, subsection 2, subsection 3, which is to examine and form any opinion as to whether the financial statement has been drawn up in accordance with the Financial Reporting Standard of Measure and Company Act 2016. Other than that, to obtain reasonable assurance that the financial statement are free from the material statement. Also, to examine and form any opinion as to whether the financial give a true and fair view of the financial position of the company as of the financial year end and of its financial performance and cash flow of the year end. Also, to report that the accounting and the other record and the register required by the Company Act to be kept by the company has been properly kept in accordance with the provisions of the Act. For the last one, to immediately reporting in the written to the register if he or she has been reason to believe that an offence involved fraud and dishonesty.
Auditor duty under common law, duty of care and skill. Auditor must not use company's information to gain advantage or benefit for themselves. Auditor cannot conflict their interest with company's interest. For example, using company's confidential information to make secret profit. Duty of confidentiality. Auditor may disclose confidential information without company's consent in following situation. The first one, for purpose of discharging duties to company. The second one, in accordance with provision of written law if disclosure is compelled by process of law or by competent authority. And last one, if disclosure necessary to protect auditor's interest.
My name is Dura Deputa binti Ahmad Hanafi and my matrix number is 14D80 24F1102. And I will present about auditor's duties under common law. Auditor's duties for auditor duty to third parties under the common law. An auditor may owe a duty of care and skill to person other than the company itself, even though there is no contract between them, such as the investor and the clients. The auditors is liable to third parties for their loss as a result of negligent audit done by the auditor. Next, there is circumstance where the court may find the auditor liable to a third person who relied on the audited accounts, such as the loss or damage suffered by the plaintiff was foreseeable. And the second one, there was an existing relationship of proximity between the auditors and the plaintiff. And the last one, it is reasonable to impose on the auditor a duty of care towards the plaintiff.
My name is Naziha Batisha Shalmai binti Muhammad Faridul Adras. My matric number 40DAT24F1030. I will explain about the case. The case name is Kaparo Industry PLC against Dickman 1999. Facts: Kaparo, a small investor, purchased share in a company relying on the account prepared by Dickman. Kaparo lost money due to the account being negligently prepared. Issue: could Dickman be liable to Kaparo for the negligent preparation of relied upon company accounts given there was no contractual relationship between the two parties? Lastly, court decision. It was decided that there was a proximity between the parties and that was possibility of loss and damage. The Kaparo test proximity, and fair, just and reasonable was failed due to a lack of proximity. Allowing claim would allow liability in an indeterminate amount for an indetermined time to an indeterminate class. Next is ethics of auditor. As an auditor, one must maintain professional independence, avoid misleading statements, resist pressure from management or shareholder, prioritize interests of company as a whole, apply reasonable care and skill in duties. Hi, my name is Nadia Nofazir binti Zurairi and my metric number is 148024F1021. So I will talk about the conclusion of this case. Dania cannot take any legal action against Mawar Sdn Bhd, although she suffered financial loss for relying on the audited financial statement. There was no proximity or relationship between her and the auditor. According to case Caparo Industry PLC against Dickman, it may be foreseeable that investor could rely on the audited financial statement. However, there is no duty of care owed to investor who was not owned to the auditor. It would be not fair to impose liability for underestimate number of potential investors. Therefore, Dania could not hold Mawar Sdn Bhd liable for her loss under principles established in case Caparo against. That's all for me. Thank you.